on the day he died, and I said to you, what? Yes, 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 it was. What do you think about people saying, couldn't you have given us some time to absorb what was happening before you said something?
As I said, I couldn't because the thief was busy at work.
Okay.
I mean, if Solar didn't come up with the fraudulent letter and all that nonsense, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This would have never even I would have never. First of all, when I got up in the morning and I got the message that Guru passed.
And how did you find that out, by the way?
I just woke up in the morning and I just turned on my computer at 7 o'clock, and this is the 20th because I believe he died on the 19th, right? And I saw it and I was like, okay, and I started to do a story, like a real cool story. Here's about my friend that I used to smoke weed with and had drinks and laugh, you know what I mean? And I did it, and then I'm editing it, then phone rang, hello? Hey, what'd you do? I'm just doing the Guru story. Oh, really? You want to hear the real deal? Yeah. Okay. Bam! You know what I'm saying?
But this person, okay, so let me ask, so you got this straight from someone else?
It came from a couple of people that was really, really, really close.
Are these people willing to stand up for you, Jackie? If they were the ones who came to you and said you need to go forth and say this, are they willing to stand up for you?
I don't really need them to, because from what they was telling me, I already knew. I already knew. You understand? It's confirmation. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I already knew. They were telling me stuff I already knew. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they were just giving me more, like, they gave me more of the game that I didn't know. For instance, I didn't know that it was Suge that came up, Big Suge that came up with the name Gangstar. I didn't know the story of when Guru and Suge went on the robbery to get money for studio time, and Guru got scared and took off and left Suge in the store, and Suge did a 3-year sentence. I didn't know that part. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, those are the parts that I didn't know.
Should we maybe clarify about the Suge thing before people get that twisted?
Well, Big Suge, I mean, Big Suge is still down with Preem and all that, No,
I mean, for those who don't know who that is, that they, you know what I'm saying?
Big Suge is from Boston, just like Guru was, and they that was the dude who came up, he was an MC, and that was Guru's partner, and he came up with the name Gangstar, and Guru and Suge needed money for studio time, and they didn't have that money, so they came up with a mission, or a robbery mission,
Right.
And Suge, the plan was Suge was to go into the store, do what he got to do, and Guru was the getaway driver,
Right.
Guru took off, and got scared, took off, left Suge in on the premises, and Suge did a 3-year sentence. When Suge came out of jail, by the time Suge was doing his jail sentence, 3-year jail sentence, Guru moved to New York, ran into Primo, who just moved from Houston, Texas, and they reformed the group Gangstar. The group started to get legs, started to do well. Suge came home from prison. Primo and Guru would take breaking off Suge paper, and that was the part that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I gave you that part,
Right.
And then after Guru, I knew Guru from the part when he started to do Jazzmatazz and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And he was out here in LA a lot,
Okay.
And then from that, and then after the Jazzmatazz and all that, he went and he started messing with Solar in that part, 2000s around there, 2003 I think it was,
Okay.
And that's when stuff that I didn't know about Guru came out to me. Like I didn't know, until he started messing with Solar. I was like, what,
Okay. I have another question for you. Now I know what these people are blowing me up about. Who's twittering for you, telling this story that I'm going in at you? I'm not going in at you.
Huh?
Somebody's saying on Twitter, somebody from your camp apparently is saying that I'm trying to go in on you.
I don't think so. I think you're being really cool.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I will have you back anytime. Just
be we're cool.
You know, people want to defend you, and that, you know what? That's okay. That's
fine.
But
I mean, like, you know, to defend what I was doing, then I have to be guilty. See what I'm saying? So that's
I mean,
I'm not guilty or nothing. No. It's coming from the heart.
I'm saying that people who love you are defending you. Defensive of you.
Nah, that's all good. Okay. You're cool.
I was about to say, I know you're not over there saying that I'm doing that to you.
Hell no. You're cool.
Okay. Another good question. Are you still doing? I know you did the rap game yourself before. Are you planning on getting back in on that, or are you through with hip hop?
I mean, like, you know, I like music in general, you know? So,
do people actually know about your background as far as musically, what all you've done? You've got some pretty major accomplishments.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I've discovered a lot of different things within the music, you know, business, because that's what it is, music business, you know? And I have learned to make records and get licensing deals and without even selling records, I've learned to walk away with big checks. You know what I'm saying? Then the game just changed, you know,
right.
and you know, then everyone could record. Everyone, like, you know, could go into a bathroom and lay vocals down with one of their friends in the other room with a laptop computer.
Boy.
And you know, the game changed, right?
Right.
And you know, and then from that point, I like music, you know, all forms of it, you know. So I started messing with, like, Ike Turner.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to touch on. I wanted to hear you talk about that a little bit.
I started messing with Ike Turner. He was like, you know, I never knew anything about the blues, you know.
Wow.
And he started to take me through the blues and introduced me to Rick James and like, you know, so I started, like, kind of, like, checking out different type of forms of stuff. And then, you know, Ike told me one time, you know, he said, you should just do a rock record. And I was like, yeah, I should. And when he passed, you know, and all that, I promised myself I would, and that's what I did. Just recently, I just went out and made a metal record because I found rock.
Get out of here! You did?
Yeah, I found rock was really kind of lame. I found rock lame. I found rock almost lame, like how hip hop was to me, because I got bored of hip hop. It's like a girlfriend you got bored of, like, you know.
Well, no, I don't know about getting bored of girlfriends.
No, but I'm just saying, just like, you know, it just got, you know, I just knew she was going to cook this at the same time every day. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I wanted something new. And when I started to do, like, I was, like, making rock, I was like, you know, it's getting boring, you know? So then I started to do, like, metal with it. And I noticed within metal, metal had the same notes as funk, you know, and I love funk, right?
Uh-huh.
But what they did with these funk notes, they just put it on steroids really fast. But if you slowed those notes down, those are actually funk notes, you know? So I was like, yo, okay, now I know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I slowed it down and put some blues on top of it, and I'm having a hell of a good time doing it because it's something I could, you know, when I used to smoke, you know, bud and all that, because I quit all that, I could smoke to it, you can drink to it, it has a feeling to it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I made a metal record. That was cool. I did a lot of stuff with, like, Kool Keith. I worked with the Ohio Players. They from out Dayton.
Yes, I heard that you also worked for
with Roger.
Yeah,
he from out by you too.
Yes.
Actually, I messed with Roger right after Tupac and them got him. And he was he was a good session player. He was a good dude. Like when I met, like, you know, I met him and, like, you know, I told him I'm working on something. He's like, let me hear it. And I played it to him and he was like, okay, I'm coming in on it. So he flew in and you know, I was looking raggedy and he says, you know, listen, man, next time I see you, man, always stay sharp and fly like the first time I met you, you know? I was like,
wow.
Cool. So I just kept, you know what I'm saying? It's
that sounds very much like what I've always known to be the legacy. That guy would be like that to go to the mall.
He stayed fly all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Little pieces from Radio Shack. I remember as a little girl seeing him in Radio Shack, like, wow.
He stayed fly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Definitely.
And he told me stay fly all the time. He says, you're going outside to the store, be fly. You know? I was like, cool. So we did the session and, you know, I mean, it's cool working with all those pioneers because after a while you get the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the